The giants have awoken, many games are on the verge of release, and we are about to enter a big shakeup in the gacha markets. Okay, I exaggerate a little bit, but we have a few CBTs upcoming for future game releases. Notably, the first one being Nexus Anima. Not only can you now pre-register for the game, but CBTs have already been sent out for the game, running all the way from the 15th of September to the end of the beta, it seems. The beta officially starts on the 17th and ends on the 23rd. Of course, for EST, this will be the 16th and the 22nd of September. I luckily got into the CBT myself, so I'll be looking forward to the upcoming Auto Battler chess gameplay this game does feature. Wait, I never explained to you what Honkai Nexus Anima actually is. So, brought to you by Hoyoverse, Honkai Nexus Anima is an auto chess battler. Think much like the notoriously known TFT from Riot Games. This game does have limited traversal in terms of open world, so it's going to be like Honkai Star Rail's limited open world, and you get to engage with NPCs and other players in one-on-one fights, in this case being Auto Chess Battler, which is like TFT's gameplay. So if you're not a fan of that gameplay, I don't really think you'll enjoy this game. But hey, maybe you'll enjoy other aspects of the game. We'll have to wait and see until the CBT does come out. It seems the one thing this upcoming Hoyoverse game has going for it is the aesthetically pleasing designs of not only the world, the characters, but also the batter monsters as well. This is not to get confused with worldwide phenomenon and franchise Pokemon. We'll see what the game has cooked up in a few days. I'm personally very excited and genuinely surprised that another Hoyoverse game would release in the pipeline this soon. I mean, it is crazy to think we are now 2+ years in Honkai Star Rail's release. I'm getting pretty old. I did see some discourse surrounding the Nexus Anima beta selection, and some players didn't get, or pretty much the vast majority of players didn't get selected for the CBT of this upcoming game. I'm going to be honest here, from my previous knowledge of other Hoyoverse beta testing games, which I participated in Honkai Star back in the day, they normally just choose select lucky participants that sign up for the CBT, and then most of the CBT slots do go to the content creators. So it makes a lot of sense as to why you would be upset if you were someone who participated in this, because obviously they're targeting specific players and specific people within the community, those that are going to pretty much benefit the company the most. And if you are just a regular player, they're probably like you're not going to really benefit or market the game for them, so why would they give you a beta slot? Unless you're lucky, of course, right? But I can understand your frustrations with it, but it's like this for every major gacha release. Chaos Zero Nightmare has also sent out their CBT invites to select players and most likely content creators. The official Stove post, which Stove is Smilegate's official news and announcement outlet, states the following: Zero out all despair. Hello, this is the Chaos Zero Nightmare team. Access emails for the Chaos Zero Nightmare limited playtest have been sent to the selected protos. Please check the email address you've used during registration to see if you've been selected. The email address will be sent from the following email address: noreply@smilegate.com. This is a no reply email. For any inquiries, please visit the official community. Email is sent out sequentially, so it may take some time to receive it. Depending on your email provider, the message may be filtered into the promotions or spam folder. Please make sure to check those folders as well. To ensure a fair and enjoyable playtest experience, please follow the guideline below. Any accounts found engaging in account sharing, trading, or selling of installation files will have their playtest access revoked. We look forward to seeing you in the limited playtest starting September 18th at 0200 UTC timing, Protos. So it seems the playtest will start around the same time as Honkai Nexus Anima. Now, I personally won't be actively participating in this upcoming CBT for Chaos Zero Nightmare, because I just don't enjoy the art style direction of the characters itself. They are chibis. I don't really enjoy that type of art in a gacha game. Also, I'm not really that much of a fan of roguelike gameplay, but that's kind of irrelevant, right? It doesn't matter either day. Now, I did hear apparently at the sort of like start of the game's development, the developers behind Chaos Zero Nightmare has stated that they had originally planned to do outside of like chibi art style directions for the characters, but unfortunately that wasn't able to come to fruition because they wanted to also scale the monsters in the game to look vicious and menacing, and also have proper like proportions for those monsters as well. And the easiest way to do that was to make the characters chibi and to have the monsters be as big as possible, which I guess makes sense. The gameplay is a dungeon card roguelike. The closest to me seems like the simulated universe of Honkai Star Rail if that was turned into a game. I'm not sure. They had a live stream that revealed everything regarding this game. Anyways, there apparently won't be any PvP, and some believe there will be PvP in some form because of Smilegate, the producers of turn-based gacha Epic 7 and MMO Lost Ark. They also very recently had a hand in helping with the publishing of Expedition 33. So this game is just a wait-and-see moment. It does seem like that the game looks very promising to the fans and the players that are interested in the not only direction that the game is taking with its character development, but also the roguelike gameplay as well. So kudos to those of you that are interested in the game. The 7 Deadly Sins Origin will be joining the Tokyo Game Show 2025. There will be more footage on this very, very mysterious game. I feel like for as long as this game has been announced, there has been little to no news regarding this game whatsoever. Now, Netmarble has been very silent in the production of this game, as silent as possible, so there is no telling what to expect with this game upon its inception. But apparently, the PVs and the trailers that the game did release were pretty well received, or well received amongst the players that were not only fans of the IP, but players that are also interested in the game itself. Now, what is 7 Deadly Sins Origin, for those of you that have also been living on the rock regarding this game? 7 Deadly Sins Origin is an open world game centered around the IP that was infamously popular but fallen since its inception, 7 Deadly Sins. And ever since 7 Deadly Sins has been it was a giant back in his heyday, there was a bunch of games and a bunch of sort of media surrounding the game, and 7 Deadly Sins Origin was one of those games. Now, this has been a project that has been in development, HELL, for as long as you could probably guess, around the time Genshin Impact was in its peak, right? So there is really no telling how well received this game will be upon its launch, but all I can say is that they have had a sort of beta sign-up session that has lasted for a month now and has no end date in sight. So there is no telling when the beta is going to start, and there is no telling when the release date of this game is going to be as well. So for 7 Deadly Sins Origin, this is a wait-and-see moment. We'll see how this game turns out. I will definitely play it because I am interested in the game itself and the IP, but we'll have to see if this even ends up reviving the IP itself, because for those of you that have been around the time Marvel Rivals did release, Marvel did have a pretty much downwards trend and interest in Marvel in general. And after Marvel Rivals did release, a bunch of interest for Marvel in general has been regained. So I'm interested to see if this game will end up reviving the IP or falling along with the IP. We'll see. Duet Night Abyss shows off more weaponry and gameplay amidst of the release. This one isn't necessarily a gacha game by monetization standards, but it is one I wanted to talk about and keep an eye on, as it may end up shaking the gacha industry as a whole. For those of you that don't know, or maybe don't remember, Duet Night Abyss ended up just stripping away all of its gacha monetization, and instead is going to monetize other avenues in the game, such as progression to speed things up in the game. So resources, you can now pay for some of the resources in the game. We have no idea what those resources are yet. And you also are able to buy skins and customizations for your weapons and your character, stuff like that. So we'll have to wait and see how this game turns out. I think it's going to set the precedent for future games if it ends up doing well. Because for a lot of the smaller studios and smaller gacha games in general, having a game like this be successful may set the bar going forward, right? Because obviously this game isn't looking to compete with the gacha giants. It's just looking to carve out its niche. And I got to commend the developers for steering towards this direction of just stripping away the monetization altogether. But yeah, it's not a gacha game anymore. I decided to just include it in gacha games related news because it once was a gacha game once upon a time. I wish nothing but the best for this ambitious project, and I definitely will be playing upon launch myself, as it genuinely looks like a fun product to sink time into. It would be crazy if Duet Night Abyss finds a lot of success with his monetization model and future games decide to follow suit. It would be a win for the consumer. Umamusume recently had a player filter content, a content in which the content itself makes or breaks the future of a game for a player. So the player may continue playing the game after that content, or the player may just stop altogether and quit the game right then and there. Now, I personally don't play Umamusume myself because I don't enjoy the gameplay, but I've kept up with the memes such as Saltono Diamond sticking your tongue out, and of course, Super Creek, or as people say, Super Freak, Goo Goo Babies. Now, I enjoy the memes and I enjoy the community. I also do enjoy the IP itself, the anime is actually pretty good. I'm already in season 3 as of right now. So I do keep up with the game itself and all that jazz. I just don't personally play. I'm not a fan of the gameplay. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do see more Umamusume players drop ship over time, as the game does have sort of barriers entry and just a gameplay flow that is not very in tune with how current modern day gachas are. You spend a lot of time playing the game daily, so it is no surprise already that for some players it's going to be something that is going to have a big hurdle to get over in the future. But we'll have to wait and see. I do think the IP, though, is magnificent. Wuthering Waves is giving its players a free 10 limited banner pool and a free 10 limited weapon banner pool for just logging in, right in time for the Feet Moon Girl, Forest Elf, or future Galbrenna and Shuyan. I think I'm honestly going to save for the upcoming Galbrenna character, so for me, the Moon Girl might be a skip indeed, which sucks because I really do like the Twin Tails. Punishing Grey Raven has a PV on its upcoming Bianca variant. I actually don't play PGR, but man, does she look gorgeous. I think I might actually have to start playing after this. Tower Fantasy has a reveal for his upcoming limited character, Helene. The description reads, after the September 23rd update to October 27th, Helene limited order recruit coming soon. Order in chaos, home in turmoil. Well, that's the video here. Thank you again for stopping by. I think I'm probably going to try out a new game today, so I think you should do the same too. I'll probably try out PGR because this is a game I've wanted to play for quite some time now, but I never had a reason for playing it, as silly as that sounds. Coming from Wuthering Waves, I think now I have a reason to play it because the combat is apparently better than Wuthering Waves combat, so I'm definitely going to see this for myself. All right, that's it. Bye-bye.